Friends, it is an honor for us, the Washington National Opera, to be here with you all. There is no better place that we could imagine than the Military Women's Memorial to have tonight's conversation. We're truly grateful to the memorial for inviting us to be part of this. Tonight's conversation is part of a series at Washington National Opera that we call Let's Go There, where we use opera and the power of music as a way of discussing the meaningful topics of our times.
Grounded tells the story of Jess, who is an accomplished F-16 fighter pilot, and she is grounded from flying because of an unexpected pregnancy. When she returns to duty, she is assigned to combat by operating lethal drones from a trailer in Las Vegas, which is thousands of miles away from the battlefield where she has served. And that's just the kind of psychological tension that music can speak to. When we first talked, Tammy was like, oh yeah, well, this is my story.
I was grounded from the A10, but it was for cervical spine reconstruction. It was one of those things where a lot of people went very negative. They were bitter, they were upset, but the thing is, I don't do halfway. I chose to go into the unmanned platforms because it was just the best place for me to be at the time. And I did the best I possibly could do and went into that ground control station every day, even though I didn't exactly know sometimes what kind of information I was providing for the troops on the ground. I knew it was helpful to them.
2010 was when I started to get interested in the subject of UAVs and drones. And even though, the drone program was promoted as, there's no risk to the pilot, they were finding that there were PTSD rates actually oddly at the same rate as fighter pilots who were in F-16s and other planes. And that matched with this idea that just war itself had changed and that these pilots weren't actually overseas away from their families as a traditional warrior would be, but they were actually going home at night after their shift, and the challenges of that, and what did that mean to one's psyche, and how much can one compartmentalize one's life. All those things were really interesting to me, and so that's kind of when the first spark really started to fly.
The drones we operate today are very hand-flown. You've got a joystick, throttle, rudder pedals. You've got video screens, literally right there in front of your face. Nowadays, it's high definition. Those cameras are zoomed in, and you see things that can't be unseen.
One of the things about drone warfare, when you're coming back home, is you don't necessarily have that unit morale and cohesion. You may still have some of that, but often you're going to the grocery store, to a world that just doesn't get it. So your head's in the space if you've been looking over the battlefield, and that's really challenging.
A new work takes several years to come to fruition, and it does start with a story, with an idea, and with characters. And I think it's so amazing sitting next to Tammy because she is, in a way, the protagonist. And hearing both of you talk about different people in your various walks of your life are so important, because in this case, the antagonist is, in a way, the character's own destruction of herself, the psychology of the work that she's doing, and the moral weight of this. We're very, very grateful to having been here today at this amazing building with this incredible group of panelists. Thank you so much.